speaking with members of German power metal band Human Fortress, Gus, Todd, and Dirk, all online today. The band has a new album coming out named Thieves of the Night on AFM Records. So guys, thanks for taking the time to talk with We Love Metal today.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right. First off, about the name of the band. I've wondered and I've tried to research it, but what does the name mean to you guys?
I think Todd's the best one to talk about it. He's like a founding member.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The reason why we chose the name Human Fortress is because when we formed the band, bands also you have 6 musicians, but we were also close friends, and that's the reason why it's called such a good friendship and musicianship. It's like a fortress, and it's a human fortress.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I like that. That you all came together as kind of this immovable object, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we still are.
And still are, yeah.
Are again.
For
I
sure.
like the sound of it.
For sure. Okay. Well, on to the new album. Back a couple years ago, it's only been 2 years since Rated Land came out. You guys found, what I've read about a return to form, and it's continued with Thieves of the Night. I got to imagine that you guys are pretty happy with the new album.
Indeed, yeah, we are. That's the second album with the same lineup, which makes we kind of got to know each other again, and the band got back to its original kind of music, which is like what Human Fortress is actually renowned for, and I mean we just with Thieves of the Night we just continue where we stopped with Rated Land. I mean, we were really happy about the direction, and we just cranked it up a notch,
Yeah, indeed. And furthermore, we got to know Gus a little more and a little deeper, so we started to write for him.
Mm-hmm.
When Todd and me,
composing was a little
guys,
bit easier this time because now
when we
know his range and know how we have to write the songs.
Right.
Yeah, indeed.
So on Rated Land, Gus, you came in after the songs were written? Or maybe partway through?
There was some songs written, not all of them.
Uh-huh.
I even got writing credit on some of the stuff on the record, but but as they had a lot of stuff written before I joined the band. So, but the funny thing is, to me was, I really I have immense respect for Yachty, the previous singer, and it's like we're not that different, I'm pretty sure we got a bunch of common influences, and so it's the same way I really, as as someone listening from the outside, I think he just fit those songs perfectly. I think I got a pretty good understanding of what the Human Fortress sound needs, vocally speaking. So I'm pretty sure it's an ongoing thing. So that's where we.
So having spent the last couple of years together, just made things a little easier, I imagine.
Of course.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Okay. On the album itself, Thieves of the Night, I know there's a song of the same name, but what does the title mean? What's the story of that?
Okay. I think when I wrote the lyrics for the song, I was thinking about a medieval topic maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So, so when I was thinking about Heath of the Night, I always said the picture of black riders like the Nazgul in a lot of the Rings, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I thought this is a quite interesting story.
Yeah, and it was also the ideal song to make a video of, with a little story, just not just performance, but also a little story around it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen the video, so
Yeah. So we thought it's boring to have the 350,000 performance video on the internet. So we thought it might be a good idea to make it a bit with a little bit of story.
Yeah. Yeah, we would like to tell a story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. On the album, there is one song that just keeps rattling around my head, and that's the opening track, Amber Stowe. Can you talk about that song a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
It's Todd's song, so talk.
Okay. So, okay. Well, when I wrote Amber Stowe, because you have to know what is the story about. Because when my dad passed away, Christmas 2014,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
my kid was too young to understand that death is forever. And so we went back from the hospital, and he said, "Oh, that don't feel so bad anymore. As soon as grandfather finished dying, you can call him." And okay, I didn't understand really.
Right.
Yeah, and maybe I thought maybe it's good to know or to have a fairy tale. I could tell him that you don't feel so sad anymore, and so Amber Stowe for me is just a better place.
Yeah. The cool
Full
thing
of
is,
amber.
basically, Todd wrote this song. It's like you wrote the song to your kid.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like a way of explaining his kid what happens afterwards.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah.
And it's really strange. It can seem really strange to open your track with a song like that, but to me it makes like perfect sense.
Yeah.
by the way, that's a funny story about Amber Stowe, because have you ever tried to coin a word?
I suppose with me and my wife, we make up words all the time.
Bill, it was a horror trip, because I taught out so many words, and the first word I found, I can't tell, but I would say it's maybe a vulgar English expression for family planning.
Got it.
And then I wrote an email to my bandmates. Oh, sorry, I think we need another title.
Yeah.
Do you remember, guys?
It's Shaggerstow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was, that's rock and roll. Yeah.
Okay. I like how it turned out. So,
we're all glad then.
okay. Well, let me ask each of you individually, which song are you most proud of on the album? Whether it's because you wrote it or your performance on it, how it came out overall.
I would pick up two. I think for me it's Gift of Prophecy
Mm-hmm.
and Thrice Blessed.
Well, that's really hard to do,
Oh,
Yeah.
I know.
Also like Rise of Full, Hillside. There are many. There are many.
Yeah. Dungeons of Doom. I mean, there are so many cool tracks, but if I had to, if you point a gun to my head, I just say, Thrice Blessed and Thieves of the Night. I love the title track too.
Well, I like that my bandmates like the song I had the idea for, because it's Thrice Blessed. and it's so massive. I don't know. I listened to the album about 2,000 times already.
Oh, I'm sure.
But yeah.
We had to.
We had to when you're producing stuff, But I still love the album. I still can go into my car, take a ride, and listen to the album. But I think the most beautiful is Thrice Blessed for me.
Yeah, that song is definitely different. Not just for you guys, but I would say if you're going to throw on a power metal album, that's not what I would expect. With the,
it doesn't sound cliche at all. I agree with you.
The syncopated riff. Well, I don't know if syncopated is quite the right word, but it's non-standard, but it's still really good. I definitely found that one to be different in a good way.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
The riff from the beginning is from something I made for a game movie, and then this movie, these guys were hacking each other with swords in their faces, and I made this war beat. Wom, 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 wada bada boom. And I just took this and said, Todd, play it on guitar. Before it was played by a cello, and the contrabass. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we built the song.
That's kind of a neat way to go about songwriting process, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me ask, how did you guys individually get into music in general, and then make that transition? Or maybe it wasn't a transition, maybe it was the heavier stuff from the beginning, but music and then metal. What was your history on that?
Well, for me, it was always, I don't know, many different styles of music all my life. All my life. From reggae to blues to techno to rap to metal. But guitar music was always a part of my life, starting with, I don't know, some years ago, Metallica, Manowar, and Halloween and stuff, going on to more modern stuff like Rammstein and so on, and the so-called, I don't know if you know the term, Neue Deutsche Härte, New German hardness.
No, I haven't heard that before.
Oh, it's the heavy guitar stuff that Rammstein and bands like this make.
Okay.
So the transition to make the music actually was quite funny, because for me, I was making my thing. I was working on film score style music just for myself. Didn't have any contracts or something. But and then a friend of the band contacted me. Hey, Human Fortress searches for a keyboarder. That was 2009. And I said, okay, but I'm not the classic keyboarder the way you think a keyboarder would be, but what they want from me, And then I made some small intros for them, and they say, wow, we like that. And then we wrote Rated Land, the song. I made the intro for it, and that was the moment where I came in. Quite easy.
Yeah, the deal with me is like totally different. It's like when I was a kid, I got into Kiss like so many other kids. But it was funny because as I'm from Brazil, it was during the Creatures of the Night era, where they were not popular anywhere else and they were huge in Brazil. So their stage back then was like the drums were on top of a war tank. And when I saw Eric Carr doing I Love It Loud, I'm like, dude, that's what I want to do for the rest of my life, playing the drums on top of a war tank with the war paint on my face. That's, that was never a doubt. That's exactly what I was going to do for the rest of my life. And actually, I didn't get a drum kit. I got a guitar, which really upset me for like a long time. But then I really wanted to be in a band, and I started learning how to play the guitar because of that, because that was the only instrument I had laying around the house. So after that, I played the guitar for a few years, and as I was starting to write my own songs, I could never find a singer I liked. So that was the beginning, you know, of my transition from musician to singer to being a singer. And as a matter of fact, that's totally my thing these days, you know.
Did you ever have any kind of training to sing, or you just didn't?
Yeah. No, I started on my own, but I had a couple of teachers, but you know who were good, but most of my development came from, you know, trial and error, doing a lot of recording, you know, doing a lot of singing in the shower. You know, it eventually got better, and I still work on it like all the time. You know, I'm trying to always deliver, you know, more emotional content. It's not about technique anymore. It's about, you know, telling the stories better and better and better and better.
All right. Well, I certainly enjoy your technique, so don't lose that.
Thanks a lot.
Right. Todd?
Yeah, I can say when I was a kid, I was also listening a lot of the Kiss stuff and the new wave British heavy metal. Also, German bands like the Scorpions, for example, or Victory, Thunderhead, or these bands. And there were also a lot of AOR stuff and West Coast. And yeah, very melodic stuff also I like very much. And yeah, it was always crazy. And I always wanted to play guitar and made guitars of tennis racks to play only.
Guilty,
yeah.
Yeah, so have I.
So, and I had guitar lessons at school and practiced, and
Then
yeah.
it was over.
Yeah, then it was over.
Just kept going.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, let me ask a non-musical question. What do you guys like to do if you have any time? You know, for fun, hobbies or interests? Do you like to cook or skydive or you know, run with the bulls in Spain?
Yeah, I've done it.
Oh, really?
But it's not so cool. You know, I used to play with a band in France, and we'd play a lot of gigs in smaller cities where, you know, the south of France is very close to the Spanish culture.
Mm-hmm.
So once there was like I arrived at a gig for sound check, and then, you know, the minute I arrived there, I had a guitar case on my hand, and I see there's a runaway bull just running all over the streets, and then I had to hide under a truck. I just threw the guitar case, and then I threw under. I was staying under a truck until the bull went away. So that's like a true story, believe it or not.
That doesn't sound like much fun, though.
Yeah, no, not at all. Not at all. But as a matter of fact, when I was a kid, I was reading to movies and stuff. But, you know, my life is so devoted to music. I spend so much time doing it, researching it. I mean, I'm collecting records. I'm listening to a bunch of people. I'm producing new bands. I'm so involved with music that I'm lucky to say that my job is my work. My hobby is my job.
Right.
You know? And vice versa. And my job is my hobby. My hobby is my job. So I guess I'm just blessed.
That's great.
Indeed.
Yeah.
We too still have to work for our money.
No, we're talking about hobbies, man.
Yeah.
What?
Well,
Go ahead.
my hobbies, actually, my hobbies also is music. 90% of the time, at the moment, I listen to classic music and also compose it.
Mm-hmm.
But as successful as with Human Fortress, but at least I try.
Well, you're into video games, for example.
Yeah, I'm into video games.
I quit after Atari.
I started with Atari. And, well, that's where you get also a lot of inspiration from this role-playing
Of
games,
course.
and Switches and Skyrims and what kind of games there are. They're also great, have great soundtracks and great atmosphere and good inspiration for writing songs.
Sure.
Furthermore, I love movies. I love movies and I love film scores. I spend a lot of time with that. And apart from that, I don't know. We're friends. We go to the cinema and do things. I love to go to concerts and stuff, and just the normal things. Nothing special.
Yeah, I think it's the same to me, because if there's time, I spend this time if I don't make music with my family, playing with my kid and just normal things. There's no other hobbies. But it's not a hobby, it's another job, I would say.
Family's big. That's his hobby.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, that's good. And your family supports what you do, I imagine.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's cool. Since I was a kid, I was very lucky in that aspect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's certainly something that I've heard over and over again is that, that people from the outside might look at this and say, oh, that's that crazy heavy metal stuff, but often there's big family support behind it. So that's always good to hear, too. All right. Well,
I don't think it would be possible without...
True. Not that we've gotten away from talking about the music, but tell me about maybe one of your most memorable live music experiences, whether good or bad or funny, maybe with Human Fortress, although you guys haven't played it live a lot, have you?
No.
Not
with this
formation.
lineup, no.
But I have a nice story.
Okay.
I was
go ahead.
on stage with my sister singing and and her husband was on bass. We finished the show. It was really good. All had fun, and we just verneigen. Verneigen.
What's that?
At the end of the show,
Oh.
you just stand there together
Oh.
and bow down for the
Sure.
to the
Audience.
audience. Yeah, and the husband from her sister just had his bass still on, still volume on, and as he went down with his body, he used his arm where he held the bass, and I bowed down and I directly got the bass to my face, and there was a big bong going through the whole hall, and
You told me this story before I left.
Yeah.
It's a great one.
And my lip was open, blood came out, and yeah, and we still had to do a song.
Oh, no.
Talk about bleeding for your art.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was funny.
No kidding. Okay. Any others?
I got a bunch of them, but they're not suitable for your audience. Sorry.
Yeah, let's keep it clean for sure.
Yeah, let's keep it best we can do.
Okay. Well, hey, speaking of playing live, do you guys have any kind of touring plans in support of Thieves?
We would actually love to go and perform the songs we just did for those 2 records live. So we've been talking about it lately. It's just that we're just looking for the right opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we're looking for booking agencies because we need somebody who could book for us. Have the connections, who knows the market. Yeah.
Right.
That's what we need.
Yeah, I keep thinking that I need to do that here since I talk to all these bands and they want to come over, but nobody's here to support them. I'd bring you guys and Brainstorm and I'd put together a whole big German power metal tour, but I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, cool.
That's great, man. That's great.
All right, guys. Last question for you. Our website is called We Love Metal. Why do you love metal?
Metal to me is like the only, of course, you have guys who are into jazz, who are into classical music, etc., etc. But metal people, they're so different from all kinds of other music fans. You know, it's like it's a mixture between it's like the same way you cheer for your football team. I don't know, man. I think metal, the metal community it functions in a way that it's totally different from any other kind of music. You know, for me, I'm really biased to say, because I'm even if I like a ton other kinds of music, I like all kinds of music.
Right.
But, you know, I think I'm going to be 90 years old and my main thing will still be metal, you know. I totally love it. And it's not only the music, you know, it's everything that metal stands for. It's like the outcast thing, you know. It's like, I could go on and on and on. It's something that's really dear to me.
Mm-hmm.
I think every music is a way to express yourself, even if you're producing it yourself. And I don't know. For me, metal always is the way to express big emotions, and just rocks my soul. And it doesn't matter it's 3 o'clock in the morning, or I get up still on the party, or I get up and drive to work at 5 o'clock in the morning. It doesn't matter. When I'm in the right mood, this music
just crank it up.
Just cranks me up. Yeah.
And the cool thing, Dirk and I we were having dinner the other night, and we were talking about how certain records, they have like peaks and valleys, and you know, metal. I think that most of the interesting metal bands, they don't play flat music. They don't play linear stuff. You know, so you know, there's like peaks and valleys everywhere. So that's, for example, if you listen to Thieves, you know, our record, it's basically the same thing. There are so many emotions, so many ups and downs. You go from Alone, which is like a really sad song, to something like Thrice. You got sadness, you got anger, you got beauty. You have like all kinds of emotions. So I think metal is such a perfect, because people who look at metal from the outside, they can, it's all about violence and rage and
Satan
and yeah, whatever, you know. And it's totally not like that, you know. I think the music metal bands make most of the time is amazing and rich, and the people who are making heavy metal are most of them are really special people.
Cool.
Yeah, I think we're a very melodic band, and it's I totally agree with Gus what he said, because with metal you can express all emotions,
Wide range,
and we're so epic, also melodic, also we have the aggression we need. Yeah, that's perfect for us.
All right. Awesome. Well, hey, thanks, guys. I appreciate the time. And for anybody listening, listening, be sure to check out Thieves of the Night from Human Fortress
on AFM Records.
AFM Records. That's right.